Islam, y'all. Peace and love. Man, we about to go in a second, man. Moors, we got to study. We have got to study. It is a must that we want to do so many things. We want to, take back possession of the land and, all these kind of things without sitting down and really getting deep into these books, into what the prophet brought is really the most pertinent thing that we could really do. Because if you keep it based on what the prophet brought, there will be really no confusion. Now, prophet did say he didn't give us everything or else we would go back to sleep, right? Okay. But if we get his literature, which you can get off of RV Bay, peace, brother. RV Bay and Canaanland Moors, YouTube talks a lot about this stuff. Peace. Islam, I'm about to show y'all something, man. This is why we got to study, y'all. Peace, y'all. This is why we got to study. Because if we don't study, they're going to take control of the narrative. If we don't study, they're going to take control of the narrative. So I want to show y'all this real quick. Islam. This is what they're saying out here. This is what we working with out here. Let me see. Look at this guy.
Only I can experience a humanity wants to a 13-year-old without
peace and love, y'all. I'm gonna do.
This is Dr. Grande.
Some guy named Dr. Grande. He's got 73,000 views on this video of just pure slander, trash, just crazy. But this is why Moors, why we're viewed like this, peace and love, Mom, is because we let guys like this come out here, say any old kind of thing, and then we don't study enough so that we can refute what he's even saying. So honors to Cujo and Canaanland Moors and the Moors like that who, now you see why Cujo does that. He'll take videos like this and break them down. You know what I'm saying? And show you where this guy's discrepancies are. But if you don't know where his discrepancies are because you're not studying, then there's nothing to break down. And then what this guy says flies. And then you got over 3,000, comments of, those Moors and these bucket heads and these, totally misinformed people. Now, watch what this guy says, and we'll try to break down some of this stuff. Because just look at his face. I don't even like his face, but he's something else.
Question is, can I analyze the July 2021 incident involving a group called Rise of the Moors? Another question here would be, who are the Moorish sovereign citizens? Just a reminder, I'm not diagnosing anybody in this video, only speculating about what could be happening in a situation like this.
He said, who are the Moorish sovereign citizens? Now pay attention to how he tries to break this down like that's an actual thing. Like it's crazy. Yeah, his face. He just, once again, soft hand gestures, monotone talk, bull crap. He presents no facts, nothing. But listen to this, guys. He's going to tell everybody about the Moors.
If you enjoyed this video, please like it, subscribe to my channel, and consider supporting me on Patreon. I will put the link to Patreon in the description for this video. I've also launched my podcast, Bella Grande Media. I'll put the link for that in the description as well. Me and my co-host have recorded several episodes that are available at the time making this video, including Gary Ridgway, Ronnie O'Neill, Betty Broderick, and Scott Peterson. Right. Those are included in the Murder Part series. There's also an Alien Lizard Humanoid series, and so far we have
They got an alien lizard humanoid series, but the Moors, that's some crazy sovereign citizen stuff. That's a conspiracy theory. But the same guy is going to tell you about alien humanoid lizards. What a joke.
One video there, Bhagwan Rajneesh, but we're working on more videos every week, so we plan on contributing to that fairly often. Again, I'll put the link to that in the description. So moving back to the narrative, I will start with reviewing this group, Rise of the Moors, then I'll talk more about Moorish sovereign citizens in general. On July 3, 2021, at about 1:30 a.m., the Massachusetts State Police noticed two cars on the shoulder of Interstate 95 in Wakefield, Massachusetts. They stopped to assist. The police would discover men carrying firearms and wearing military-style clothing, refueling their vehicles. The police asked them to produce registrations for the firearms, which are evidently required in Massachusetts. Men said they did not have licenses for the weapons, and they did not recognize state laws. The police called for backup. Some of the men ran into the woods. A standoff began. It lasted about 9 hours, causing disruption to travel and to local residents. The standoff concluded with 11 arrests. The suspects, who could be identified, ranged in age from 40 all the way down to 17. Two suspects would not identify themselves. Many of the members caused a scene in court, refusing an attorney, saying they would not submit to U.S. law. Apparently, the judge wasn't too amused, as some were ordered held without bail because they were believed to be dangerous. The group has been identified as Rise of the Moors. It has been reported this group is based in Rhode Island, where they claimed an abandoned residence.
Now, I already put a stop to that. If you go on my YouTube channel, the bank who originally financed the Rise of the Moors headquarters, Jamal and the Rise of the Moors, they did a adverse possession that, lo and behold, it worked. So right in the story, if you go on my YouTube, I did one about the Rise of the Moors and the whole thing. They tell you that they claimed the house and they adverse possessed it. And the bank is suing them, trying to get the house back. Why? Because the adverse possession worked. So watch out for tag words and taglines like these people, abandoned home, and all this kind of stuff. What it makes it seem like is, like they just living, squatting in some, place, destitute, condition. They always trying to place these narratives. But if you are the heir to the land, every home built off your resources of your land, that's not being claimed by another flesh and blood person, it has no duty to the state of, right? The state of something has nothing to offer, and it has nothing to do with the de jure soil. But I'm going to get into that in a second. I'm going to show y'all some documents, but we're just going to let this fool dig his own grave for a second.
They are Moorish sovereign citizens. The group claims to be their own sovereign nation. The group has an online presence. At the time of the incident, they had about 5,000 followers on Instagram, 1,000 on Facebook, and 17,000 on YouTube. The group released a video on YouTube the day of the incident. It was a live stream. One of the unidentified group members said the group was not anti-government, not anti-police, not sovereign citizens, and not black identity extremists. So he was offering a lot of tips on what they are not. He didn't really talk too much about what they were. It's interesting.
So, by his very words, right, he said the Moors, that Jamal said they are not sovereign citizens. They are not anti-government. They are not anti-police. And then he continues to call them Moorish sovereign citizens. How's that not slander? How's that not falsifying? Don't you know now they have a new directive from the Department of Justice or Department of Defense or Homeland Security that if you offer so-called false or misleading information that can be considered like an act of terrorism, or you can face charges or whatever. So if a man gets on camera and says, hey, I'm not anti-government, I'm not anti-police, I'm not anti any of that stuff. I'm for government. I'm for correct and de jure policing. Then why is he still calling them sovereign citizens? What's he trying to pull off here?
He said they weren't sovereign citizens because the term Moorish sovereign citizens would suggest otherwise. The term sovereign citizens is right in the name. This brings me to the next question.
What name? He reads a newspaper article or a story that says Moorish sovereign citizens, and then this idiot assumes that they call themselves sovereign citizens. Now, classic COINTELPRO technique of these online agents, right? He's not producing any credible facts. He's not showing a document. He only thing he showed was Jamal, up here in a little side picture. So if he can do that, he can produce let's say some kind of some little article, some excerpt to the side, right? Yeah. Honors to Jamal and them for claiming a headquarters, because Jamal was teaching out of that facility. He was using it as a place to organize Moorish community events and situations and enlighten minds. Not a dang $6 million note mansion. What the hell we need a mansion for? Give me some good Moors and give me some a building that needs some repair. We'll say alhamdulillah and we'll get to work. This damn fool. Hold on, man. This dude, he got me hot this morning when I saw this. I said, I can't believe 73,000 views. Sovereign citizens, huh?
Who are Moorish sovereign citizens? Are they the same thing as regular sovereign citizens?
Regular.
We're talking about Moorish sovereigns in general, not about Rise of the Moors. It's not clear how strictly this group follows the general tenets of Moorish sovereign citizens. The beliefs and origin.
Okay. Now you heard that word a few times. Let's look at this term. And let's see if we can figure out what the hell is a Moorish sovereign citizen. 73,000 views. And, when you look at the comments, Cujo, my gosh, so much ignorance. I mean, people who aren't from this land and they know it, they teach that in school. Mad at... I mean, you would think that a thinking European would say, hey, more sovereign citizens. Okay, that makes a little sense to me, because if I was a so-called black person in America, I wouldn't want to deal with this damn government either. I mean, we can't even get that. They won't even say, hey, man, if I was a so-called black person or whatever in America, shoot, I could understand why they don't want to be a part of this bull crap. Nah, they in there going in. Okay, so let's start with sovereign then, since we are sovereign citizens. This is my baby's project she did. All right, so sovereign. Where are we at? No. Okay, sovereign. Since you're a sovereign citizen and all this kind of stuff. Black's Law Dictionary, you already know the deal. A sovereign, a person, body, or state in which independent and supreme authority is vested. A chief ruler with supreme power. A king or other ruler with limited power. In English law, a gold coin of Great Britain of the value of £1 sterling. Okay. What sticks out to me is a king. It's something that has a supreme authority, right? So in the sense of a person, that's your king, right? A body, a body politic, something of government, right? And a state, which would be a nation or a people. Jamal none of them or nobody said they were a king, right? So then when we're dealing with a body or state, the nation is a state. Only a nation can be so-called sovereign, because you cannot be a sovereign member. And then let's go to Citizen 101. It says our authority, yes, as a nation, like Jamal and them will run around. I'm a Moorish sovereign. I'm a nation unto myself. Foolishness. All right, so let's look at a citizen then. Since a sovereign is a king or somebody that is a supreme authority, what is a citizen? A member of a free city or jural society, possessing all the rights and privileges which can be enjoyed by any person under its constitution and government. If you're the supreme authority, the supreme means supreme, absolute, means highest. This is why the king, you piss him off and he's off with your head, with no trial, no nothing, Yeah, but king, the law says, hey, I'm the king. You're right. You're the sovereign. You've seen the shows. But if you're not saying you're a king, how can you be a sovereign member under a constitution and government? I didn't know a sovereign was under something. And subject to the corresponding duties. So I'm a supreme authority that's subject. How can you be a supreme authority that's subject to something? But see, we want to listen to these guys, these fools, idiot, punch faces, walking around with a punch face, needing to shut the hell up, talking about sovereign citizen. Don't even know he's digging his own damn grave. Don't even understand. He's just spewing what he thinks he knows. Darn fool. Let's continue.
Moorish sovereign citizens is a bit confusing. I'm not sure that everybody in these groups really understands what they believe or why they believe it.
He don't understand what they believe. And he's not sure we understand what we believe. Think about that. Think about how idiotic. That's one of the most dumb things. I mean, that's pretty stupid. I don't think you know what you believe. Huh? Who the hell are you to tell me? And then admit in the same sense that you don't understand. So that must mean we don't understand. Here goes this kind of rhetoric that these fools will sit up here and talk out their side of their neck and get 73,000 views, hundreds of likes, 3,000 comments talking about Buckethead Moors, and all these damn people are slime, all going down the same damn drain. I'm not sure they know what they believe. Once again, here's the ingrained that small little brain right there is ingrained with superiority complex, whether he realizes it or not. I don't know if it's his doctor title, probably has something to do with it. And of course, his pale skin in this so-called society gives him this entitlement to tell people, you don't know what you believe because I don't understand it, and I'm a doctor. I'm Dr. Todd Grand. Okay, let's continue. Let's let them just keep saying just more dumb stuff.
They use a lot of bizarre language in their descriptions, a lot of quotes from various sources, just kind of merged together without really being organized to lead to some type of point.
Penn Station East Coast subs. It's all.
We use a lot of bizarre documents, a lot of bizarre quotations. I'm gonna let this play off to the side to get our point across. Now, just like I said, why is he not showing any of these bizarre quotes? Why is he not showing off any of these bizarre definitions or whatever? Can we have an example? You made sure that people understood that Moors were, dark-skinned people. That's the only little picture I've seen interjected. It's funny how he put Jamal's picture up there with no flag. He didn't show the flag. He's going to talk about it. He didn't show it. He didn't, he didn't show nothing.
All about good taste.
Let's get past this little ad. Let's see. Oh, sorry, I got it. I don't pay for the upgrade version.
Point. Here's a general background on Moorish sovereign citizens. This group is a version.
He's going to give us a general background on Moorish sovereign citizens. So pay close attention because he's the authority on Moorish sovereign citizens. And he must be, because I don't know what a Moorish sovereign citizen is. So please inform me what a Moorish sovereign citizen is, Dr. Todd Grand.
Of sovereign citizens that emerged in the early 1990s when people started to combine sovereign citizen thinking with some of the beliefs of the Moorish Science Temple. Not all Moorish sovereign citizens believe themselves to be connected to sovereign citizens, again, even though there's a real similarity there with the name. In 2011,
he said, not all Moorish sovereign citizens consider themselves to be sovereign citizens, but obviously they are because it's in the name. I put this challenge out to anybody. Find me any Moorish Science Temple of America, any Grand Sheik. Put $100 on it. Find me any Moor that's calling themselves a Moorish sovereign citizen. I mean, exactly. Common denominator reporting. He's going to go on some articles and he's going to give some things, just watch these guys. It's not even slick. Why I'm showcasing this video is because this guy will get 73,000 views on Moorish sovereign citizens. And you should watch the comments where people going, oh, wow, that's what it is. I've been, they acting like I've been enlightened. Now I understand what a Moorish sovereign citizen is. 73,000 on this slander of his ancestors. Literally, comments where people have just achieved a state of euphoria. Now I get it. Of this 12-minute tristes of just false narratives, misunderstanding. He tells you he don't understand, but yet he's giving a synopsis of the situation. He also started this video off, I don't know if you caught it or not, acting like he was just, let's say he didn't, have a bias in this or whatever. he don't have a bias. He's just, giving the whatever. I mean, he seems pretty biased to me. He does no research, obviously. Someone's asking Irishmen before a Hindu about Hindu culture. Yes. They won't go to Canaanland Moors. They won't go to a temple, They won't read R.V. Bay. But they on here that, oh, this guy must know. Craziness. All right. This is hot garbage. You're right. Tristis just as in a short story,
Moorish Science Temple issued a statement condemning sovereign citizen practices. Moorish sovereign citizens promote an anti-government message. They believe they are part of a sovereign nation. The Moorish part comes from their false belief that a treaty was signed in 1787 between the United States and Morocco.
Golly. I mean, is he laying it on thick or is he not? Is he? I mean, God damn. Sounds like Rami, right? Okay. Golly, right. Harem children. Dark hair, dark eyed, self-haters. Now look at this, man. Let's from I your prophet. We ain't even gonna deal with, I'm gonna get back to that in a second. But this we are anti-government. He keeps pushing his narrative. Jamal told you. We are not anti-government, right? Hey, I'm all for de jure policing. De jure government. Okay? So let's see what the prophet says. From I, your prophet, the guy who started all black consciousness, Hebrew Israelite consciousness, just knowledge of self, Islam, all that stuff. Here's the seed. Here's the seed that unfolded into the flower. Okay, let's see what he says. Now this is what he's telling you, a divine warning by the prophet for the nations. We're anti-government, right? The citizens of all free national governments. Wow. First, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 words. Oh, wow. The 7th word is government, huh? 7. Right on the dime. According to their national constitution, are all of one family, bearing one free national name. So apparently, according to this fool, our free national name is Moorish sovereign citizen. What a joke. So the first thing the prophet drops is governmental ideology. Right. You're right. It's real small. All free national anti-governments. You're right. It's somewhere in there. This is, because Dr. Todd Grand, he's a doctor. So, don't question him. He's got a DR in front of his name. Come on, man. The doctor. A fool that is just trained. Let's keep going in because this is comedy at this point. But what I'm trying to make you see more is we got to study. We have to study because you got fools like this out here getting 73,000 views trying to control this narrative. Every Moor should have been sit down, study for 2 or 3 years, and we should be dropping videos like Canaanland. Soon as you get a put an M on your YouTube search bar, Moors with the right narrative should be popping up. Algorithms, we can change those. To doctor isn't a positive in law. Right. Oh, I know. That's what I'm making fun of him. I'm going by European, ideology. He's a doctor. Get the hell out of here. He ain't no doctor. I guess he's supposed to be some kind of psychologist or something like that. All right, let's listen to more of this fool. Man, get your popcorn and laugh at this fool right here. This is crazy.
Which grants immunity to Morocco from any United States law.
I'm sorry. I didn't even attack the second part. He said there's no treaty. There is no treaty. He said there is no treaty between the United States and Morocco. He said there is no treaty in 1787 between the United States and Morocco. So give me 1 second. Let's get this on the record. Everybody, I hope you have a copy of this, a paper copy, Library of Congress, or I think you can just download the whole situation off RV Bay. Once again, for years and years and years, this stuff has just been sitting on RV Bay for the free. Everybody want to contest. So let's put this on the record, because he literally just said there's no treaty between Morocco and the United States. All right. Let's nip that in the butt. Because, Moors we have some kind of complex, identity crisis complex. You feel me? Okay. Yeah, you hear them back there doing their morning lessons. School don't stop. Saturday, you can just do a lesson. Just, why not? Okay. There is no treaty of peace and friendship between the United States of America and Morocco. We got no ties, no connection, no nothing. And it definitely wasn't in 1787. Okay. With the sovereign, right? The emperor, a king, or whatever. That's strange. I think the public statutes at large of the United States of America got this wrong. They made this up, obviously. I think they made this up. Treaty of Peace and Friendship don't exist, but what do I know? Us sovereign citizens, we got things to do. All right. So let's continue. Because this guy right here, boy. Sorry, I got to keep turning. I need to turn on that. Now y'all know my passcode. All right, here we go.
They are immune from laws at every level, federal, state, and local. This is their justification for refusing to purchase vehicle insurance, register vehicles, and pay taxes. They also use it to justify committing fraud. They have been known to defraud banks as well as...
Okay. Because I got to stop. I'm sorry, I got to stop so much, but everything out this guy's mouth, I got to rebut. He said that we believe we are immune from law at every level, federal, state, level. Now, no more has ever been, ever that I know of, has said he's immune to law. Immune to law? Law is literally all there is. So let's just go back to the man. I don't know, let's see. I, the prophet, was prepared by the great God Allah to warn my people to repent from their sinful ways and receive their divine rights as citizens. No sovereign citizen there. Okay. According to the free national constitution that was prepared for. Oh, sorry. I missed. Sinful ways and go back to that state of mind, to their forefathers' divine and national principles, that they will be law abiders. So Moors believe we don't have to follow the law and receive their divine rights as citizens according to the free national constitution that was prepared for all free national beings. Wow. So Moors don't believe in government. We believe we're sovereign citizens. No sovereign there. No anti-government. And we will be law abiders. Could it be that we're standing up to people who aren't abiding by the law? I mean, has that ever, maybe might been a motivation, a way to think about this thing? I don't know. People trying to get $6 million mansions, shame on them because, obviously, what the hell? This is about the youth. What are you going to do? Teach some children in the damn grand ballroom of the mansion with your 6 wives and whatever? No, this is not what that's about. Give us, no. we will. They ain't need to take anything when you're dealing with a true de jour Moor and make it something that can be used for the uplifting of fallen humanity. We don't need no $6 million mansion. All right. So we don't abide by the law when our whole doctrine is to be a law abiders, national government. But what do I know? I'm not a doctor of what do you say? Mental health and chemical dependency counselor. Okay. Now half of those people in his little comment section were talking about Moors don't follow laws. Yeah. Like this dude ain't never hit a joint. He's never took a toke. Like he ain't never been drunk and got behind a wheel, like a little too buzzed, maybe 3 beers. Like he ain't ever searched up some pornography or something deplorable like that. Want to talk about some law abiding. Oh yeah, we need the finance, but we don't need no $6 million damn mansion to get things done. Oh, you already know they criminals, man. Come on, man. It's a criminal right here. Oh, what the heck? Did I push the... Sorry.
Internet is here with more speed and
Let's get back on this guy.
Finally, I can experience a...
Well,
I guess one of his other videos or whatever. Yeah, we need...
falsified documents. This is really how they make a living. They sell a variety of fake legal documents and other items, including insurance forms, money orders, cashier's checks, license plates, passports, and other documents.
And now you see why Cujo says F you to all you package sellers. F you to the package seller Moors who give this damn fool ammunition. Because that's the one thing he might have got dang right is about somebody coming to you and gonna sell you some package, $1,000, $5,000. A lady came to me the other day asking me to help her get her finance back from a dirty Moor. She said he gave me some of it back. I said, oh, okay. How much did he give you back? She said, I only got 10,000 back. Yes. 1 with 4 zeros. I said, only 10,000 back? You're saying that like you gave him $30,000 or something. I was embarrassed for her to ask her how much she gave him initially. I didn't even ask. At that point, it was irrelevant if you said that he only gave me 10,000 back. Now this fool can come on here and go, they sell fraud insurance documents and things. And yeah, we are doing that. And they are doing that, not we. I'm like Dick Gregory on this one. We? Who is we? Dirty Moors aren't Moors. And I mean that by the sense that the name Dirty Moor is different than Moor. All right? So like the prophet said, don't call them niggers, call them dirty Moors. That's what they are. That's their own name. It's like sovereign citizen. All right? So all you package sellers, thanks a lot. Because unless you selling a package that's going to get everything together, you know, and let's just be real. If somebody could sell you something that's going to clarify your life, the European mindset within itself is to think that I go pay this lawyer $1 million, I'm going to get off the case. That's just like some of y'all Moors, some of us. I'm going to go buy a $5,000 package and now I'm free. You can't put a price on freedom. You can't put a price on this kind of movement and these kind of things. And if somebody had that solution and they're free, what the hell? I should be seeing you diplomatic relations. What's going on? The hell are we waiting around here for? Where's our our diplomatic status, our so-called foreign ambassadors and us meeting with these diplomats and these mayors and these politicians and getting things done? If you free, if you went filled out a form at the county level and you the Moor and they recognize you as the Moor and you're acknowledged as the Moor, if you're acknowledged as the Moor on their paperwork, then why aren't you enforcing the treaty? Well, what the hell's the problem? Why are you can't just go tap another Moor on the shoulder and say, hey, this is my Moor. Since you free and they recognize you as who you are, surely you know if you are free and a Moor that you are the heir to this land. So why are you coming at this situation like it takes some kind of paperwork and you ain't free nobody? You haven't been able to get anybody into de jure situations without $5,000. Why would it cost to be free? Because it costs $5,000 for freedom. Y'all better read your good books. You better read the Apocrypha. You better read the book of Maccabees and see how this thing is done. You better read how our ancestors stood up. Little guys like this cowering behind a microphone in the house. Doors kicked in, heads chopped off, on to the next. You can pay for your nationality. You god dang crazy. That's some crazy stuff right there. But that's because you don't study. Yeah, no, they don't want to enforce the Holy Covenant. You don't want to look in the Quran, tell you what to do. We're supposed to wait for these fools. We're supposed to be outside of his damn car when he came outside to go to work the next morning and had a nice long conversation. If it would have even ended up like that. A long time ago. Chasing finance.
Of avoiding taxes means they keep all the money they obtained through their criminal enterprise. Some of their fraud is based on what they call redemption doctrine, which is their belief that they can incorporate themselves. This is a belief they share with other sovereign citizens. Here's how this works. They believe that a trust account or bond has been established for every citizen in the United States. The birth certificate is proof of this account. It must be on the back of the birth certificate or something, I don't know. I guess they just thought to turn it over when no one else looked.
We thought to turn it all over, the birth certificate, when no one else would or look. That's the Moor. We do what no one else will do. We look where nobody else is looking. This fool gonna get on here and talk about this and didn't even look at his damn birth certificate to verify what the hell he's talking about. You see how easy this is, more to just break this fool down and just, you know, this little so-called agent or whatever the hell this creature is. I don't know what this guy is, this thing, this so-called beta male slap face. But he just said it. We looked at something that nobody else looked at. Letting you know what the Moors do. He looked like he picks his nose on the hair. Oh, hell no. But, come on, man. Come on. And eats them too. He eats the boogers. All right. We do things that nobody else will think to do. He telling you he don't think. He got a birth certificate and gonna get on here with hearsay and conjecture still. Didn't even just look at it. Just, you know, Moors think that, you know, there's some bond on the birth certificate. He didn't even look at his. Just to, you know. And don't be like him. Lazy. Mentally lazy. That's our problem. We'll do the same thing. Hey, Moore, I can get you, you know, your sovereign citizen trust package. You can be, get your trust. And you can get your 3 bars of silver, and now you're a bank. And all you got to do is read this book. And I ain't rolled down the street and seen nothing Moorish but a damn Moorish Science Temple. Couple shops, maybe. If you're lucky. But we don't got no Moors out here that got these package techniques making any kind of damn moves like that. They're all, if they do, it's commercial. Oh wow, these Moors got a building and they're selling, you know, things, Moorish t-shirts, because that's what the movement needs, you know, a bunch of Moorish t-shirts. So we can all walk around now with the damn target on our chest when it should be on top of your head with your turban and your fez. Regularly. Wondering, how are we going to teach these children Islam, Jegna? How are we going to get our children right? This is about them. Children going to their schools and we got a t-shirt shop.
Back. Each bond was initially funded with up to $20 million. The money in each account is traded on some type of international bond exchange. Members believe they can separate from the government and claim this money. This is referred to as redemption.
Now watch out for terms. And I know hold these, please. That's a funny name. But it's hard. But I challenge you like I challenge anybody else. I know you want to learn. I know you want to whatever. But man, right now, you studying. You here. How many meaningless things do we do throughout the day where we could be literally looking up a book, studying? I mean, I'm not going to sit there. You're not going to be able to tell the colonizer as he's about to lop your child's head, I'm tired, you know. It's just one of them things. We just got to do it. We just got to do it. If you got to, man, if you got to just, I mean, live in a tent, you shouldn't. I mean, I hope that doesn't happen. But what I'm saying is that this is not no game. You got this Mamluk Slav sitting comfy with some title of so-called doctor, thinking that he can do a synopsis on him, who, if these two sat down, he would blow him out the goddamn water in knowledge and just whatever. But, you know, he likes to pick this picture because it's the most, he don't got one with him and his children up there. Him and his new daughter, him and his wife, him and his Moorish garb. He's got him in this military militia stuff. As he's sitting here looking like a damn simp, slaphead. Come on, man. So that Todd is 74, man, 75. Still doing this. Tired. And still will run circles around most of us. A counselor. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Yep. Fraud. Moorish commit fraud. Look at this guy. Calling himself doctor, talking about Moorish commit fraud. And he's a counselor. Fraud. Somebody please, government, whoever's watching this, FBI, who's watching this, CIA, go arrest this man. Fraud. He's slandering. He's providing misrepresentation. All right. Woo. Let's go.
They believe the money is owed to them. It is a birthright, hence the emphasis on the birth certificate. As far as identification, Moorish sovereigns often refer to themselves by using the words Bey or El, like B-E-Y and E-L. They sometimes display a red banner with a 5-pointed green star. Moorish sovereign...
Sometimes a red banner. Okay. Now let's track back for 2 seconds what he said. For one, Moors are not tax obligated because our government is Islamic and their government is not theocratic and our government is theocratic, hence Islamic. So why would I pay tribute to my colonizer or my so-called oppressor and his government? Just foolishness. But this is what we believe. We don't gotta, and you gotta watch out when they talk ambiguously like that. Government. Okay. That is a CIA or a COINTELPRO type operation to when somebody says government and you think United States off the top of your head, you're duped. You're already lost in the sauce. Government. United States. How's that your government? You do not live in the United States. How can you live in a corporation? How can you live on something this wasn't before so-called 76, which, these wannabes, they'll talk about democracy and all kinds of bull crap that's not even in the Constitution, their Constitution. The Declaration of Independence was nothing but a complaint letter. That don't hold no weight. What's the Declaration of damn Independence got to do with them not having status on our land to declare themselves to be any goddamn thing? You're literally dealing with people who are upset that their number one asset and commodity, which is black people, are losing their black people to their true nationality. And because when they lose them to their nationality, they've just lost so much finance, so much mental energy, so much potential labor. Because he wants you to be in the same condition as him. A nerd, a loser, a wannabe. Because when you call yourself a black, you're a wannabe. I just put barbecue sauce on the veggie burgers. Come on, man. We got to study because he's just such an easy read. He's just such a, who is this guy? He's a so-called celebrity psychologist because he knows something. Worshippers of men, personalities. And he's got just that dry beta personality that some of these people like. Because, you know, he seems like a clear-cut guy. You know, he's got the little button up and he's got the little glasses and he's, you know, obviously he commits no crimes. He looks just like a Jared from Subway. Oh, wait, Jared was a prolific child rapist. Oh, okay.
Are often in small groups. They don't have any unified leadership. Most of the groups contain no more than 15 or 20 followers. There are probably somewhere about 3,000 or 4,000 sovereigns in total, but accurate information about their numbers is not available. Worse.
So we have no leader. So this guy's he's just some like guy. He's just a black guy with a fez on, huh? Come on, man. Know what this is, Moors. I'm telling you. You see how they coming. You see how they coming. And these people are eating this up because it justifies how they really feel about us. It justifies how they really feel about us. As long as you're a good little black, not going against the grain, you're their brother and we're Americans and we're all as one. Go ahead and throw a fez on and say, hey, those aren't laws. Those are statutes. Those are policies. I travel in my own private car because a license is for something that I cannot do without a license. And traveling is definitely something I can do because guess what? We are the Moabites and Canaanites, granted permission to this land by the pharaohs of Kemet. We can prove that. He can't prove that the states that he's talking about and these conjectured governments have any authority on this land. He can't prove that. There's no way he can. Better look up what is it? William Penn case of the how the state of Pennsylvania had a fight with landowners who were connected to the Penn estate that basically said, hey, nobody has right to this land because how can you prove state of Indiana, state of whatever, province of Toronto and all these places? How can you prove that you have right to these lands? How can any European that prove that he has rights to these lands? You better know what the United States is. Nobody ever said they can make the colony states. Since when did the damn colonies get permission to even be so-called states? They were always supposed to be colonies. Okay, so those 13 colonies, that's your so-called United States. What the hell are they doing over here? What they doing all up across the Mississippi and all that? Know the treaties. Look at the treaties and then you'll see the history and how this thing really unfolded. I was a little confused about it because I'm looking at the terminology and then I had to realize I talked to one of the elders, Talib Abdul Mosi Bey, one of Taj's best friends. And me and him had a lot of conversations on the phone last week and he basically, broke it down in a new light to where I cleared up a lot of the cobwebs. Gratitude to him. Linguist, etymology specialist. We gotta know, and look at who we studying from, because if we don't, we're gonna end up like this guy. talking a bunch of crap. Don't even know what's coming out of his mouth right now. Okay? So yeah, look into the United States. Look into the Treaty of Lancaster. Look into the William Penn case over the land state of Pennsylvania. Look into the Declaration of Independence. The Articles of Confederation, the Continental Congress. What the hell is the Continental Congress when Spain owned Louisiana's so-called territory at the time? That's not a whole continent. They ain't have it all. You know, just these kind of little intricacies, man, so that we can put guys like this in their place and we know where we stand, whether he knows or not, because obviously he's confused.
Have been known to affiliate with other groups, including criminal organizations like street gangs. So this brings me to the next question. Are Moorish sovereigns dangerous? Most Moorish sovereigns tend to gravitate toward fraud, as I mentioned, but there have been some incidents involving violence. Their unlawful behavior has led to many clashes with law enforcement. Moorish sovereign citizens have been known to wear military-style uniforms. They refuse to identify themselves at traffic stops. They sometimes drive vehicles that have been modified to look like police cars.
See?
Like with a light bar and police insignia.
Giving them fuel.
In 2015, a man named Deontay Lanier was charged with first-degree murder. He declared himself a Moorish national.
Now, he goes into a bunch of cases where Moors, got in altercations with policy enforcers. Of course, he doesn't do the other way around where you see how many policy enforcers have done things to Moors and have killed Moors and so-called black people exponentially more than has been done to them by us, so-called, right? They never get into that topic. But let's look at this thing. Since we don't know nothing about government, I'm going to show this and then I'm going to get out of here, man, before I go to wherever this guy's at and have a nice long conversation with him. We'll put it like that. Because this right here, if this ain't motivation to study, to be on RV Bay, to be out here really figuring these things out, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think he loves to do stuff on sovereigns in general. I think that's like his whole niche, one of them at least, because he likes to try to diagnose the psychology behind us, and he likens it to something like schizophrenia or these kind of narratives and whatever. But I mean, the proof's in the pudding. As you see, all he did was show a picture of Jamal over here and then a picture of Jamal over here. There was no document. There was no, nothing to say, hey, what I'm saying is validated. Here's a proof. He didn't even say where to go find the articles at what he's talking about or nothing like that. He just, hey, he says the names. He doesn't give the full context, obviously. All right. Yeah, I'm going to share this live, but let's just see. Since we don't know government, since Moors don't know government, let's just do a little quick breakdown. Let's look at the real Aboriginal history. Let's look at what they knew back then before we knew ourselves. This is the so-called county that I live near in the territory of India, Hindustan, 1880. Old book, right? So let's see. Since we don't know. This is over the Iroquois. Now you're talking about Iroquois Confederacy and all this kind of stuff. Where do these people get this government from? This idea, this republic. The government of the Iroquois was of the Republican form, a confederation of bold tribes guaranteeing to each tribe cantonal independence or sovereignty, while conceding general power and at the same time awarding to each man and warrior his equal and individual rights. Right? So a sovereign can concede power if he, just for the general welfare of everybody. He can say, hey, we're our own nation. We're our own thing. That's why Moore said we're self-governing. We're individual. You can't circumscribe the thoughts of Allah. So me being a thought of Allah, you can't circumscribe me, but I can decide to operate within a society for a common goal in defense of ourselves and our children. Therefore, giving you the power of my sovereignty, so-called, right? Because that's what we do. Because we understand and we're smart enough to know that I'm not Allah alone. Allah and man are one. So we exist coherently together. That's the design. So they got to keep their equal and individual rights, but they understood because they had enough sense to know society is the bands. Thankfully, society. You need to read the Moorish Holy Quran. The Prophet tells you why society is necessary for us to express ourselves fully. So you got to give up that so-called perceived wannabe sovereignty and fit into your community for the greater good. That's all. Because we don't want nobody in the community that don't understand for the greater good. That's the principle. If you're not for the greater good of us all and for the children, then yeah, you go off and be a so-called sovereign. See how that works out for you. And we're going to beat you down and you're going to be out of here. All right. So only subject to modification for the common good. This model, it is said, right, the Republican form, this model, it is said, furnished the elementary basis for the construction of the American government. The copy, perhaps. The American government is the copy of the Iroquois Confederation or the Republican form of government that we already were practicing on these lands. They get it from us. We've been sharing this kind of government with each other and our other family members across the oceans. Phoenicia, Hanno Bay, the other Canaanites over there. We've been doing this. Okay? How do we know it was us? Well, how do you know that the Iroquois were really Moors and black people, so-called? Okay. Roland Dixon. The book, The Racial History of Man by Roland Dixon. He quotes, the Africoid type is significant in the lineage of the Iroquois of the northeastern section of the United States and the southern Algonquin tribes, such as the Lenape. So you know the Iroquois were, in his description, Africoid, which is just a way of saying they're African people that are in America. So we don't know how, we ain't going to call them Moors, but they're the same people that are in Africa that seem to be here. Wow. Isn't that just us? So what is Africoid? Africoid is just, Google Africoid and see. It just means, in their terms, a Negro or a black person. And what is a Negro or a black person? Of course, it's really a Moor. You can look that up easily. Google the Walker English Dictionary of 1828. Walker English Dictionary, 1828, page 346. Says a Moor. The definition of a Moor, a Negro or a blackamoor. So right there, I just proved that they got their whole government from us. So how the hell are we anti-government? We didn't taught the world this stuff. And we don't get our just due, now justice must be served. So I ain't even going to show no more of this fool because he don't really go into much else besides for saying the same redundant idiocracies that he tried to placate in the first point. All right, he ain't really even worth giving attention to because it's not about him. He's just ignorant. He's just a symptom of ignorance. You dig what I'm saying? He's just a thing. I don't even know. He's just a shadow, right? He's just a little thing to like give us motivation. All right, and if they can go on there and do that, then we need to be we need to be studying, getting our stuff together. And the point where, shoot, man, nah, they can't even pull these narratives no more because they know we know better. You need to be on them on their YouTubes, swinging scimitars. Real talk. But first, to swing your scimitar, you must have one. Truth is the sword. And if you don't know it, you need to go study. You think Taj and them don't study no more? Yeah, right. It's a way of life. It's not it's not even a choice. We don't have an option anymore. This is not I'm tired. Nah, you don't got a choice. Here's your choices. Lose everything or gain everything. That's the only choice. That's it. Which one do you want? Have nothing, have it all. That's it. Oh, I want it all. Well then, what we waiting on? What are we waiting on? I don't know. If you want it all rather than having nothing, what's the problem? Problem is a lot of these dirty Moors. Pack is selling. Here's 3 bars of gold. You're a bank. Authenticate the birth certificate. Masterminds who ain't done nothing. All right. Well, what have you done? I have a private homeschool. I sell a curriculum. I stay active out here. What they have? Besides a bunch of paperwork and your money and your finance. You know what I'm saying? They don't got nothing either then in that case. So, you can have your Mercedes Benz or whatever. Don't make me no difference. They push a button somewhere and turn all the cars off that got all these fancy computers. I'm cool with my untechnology truck. Because mine might actually run if something went down. I don't know. Allah works in mysterious ways. Hey, real talk. Hey, Islam, Grand Sheik. Islam, man. You inspire. You inspire a lot of us. You inspire me, at least you, man. And when you see the slander, it's annoying because I wrote Jamal. I talked to Jamal. I just got his letter yesterday. And within his writing, I can feel he wants this to be over, but at the same time, he's standing strong. He's not playing about this. When you write, you write. Even if you got to stand against the world. Even if you got to stand against the world. What I used to tell myself when I first came into this, I said, I have to know this stuff because it could come down to me. I could be the last guy in a fez out here for all I know. For all I had knowledge of. You might be the last straw. You gonna fold? This is no joke. Our children don't have nothing. Our children don't got a damn thing. In the sense of when we think we Negroes, blacks, and coloreds. You come into Moorish nationality and your knowledge of self, you got it all back. You got it all back like that. Now you got a whole bunch of other Moors that got it all back. We just missing the coming back together because we can't have it individually. We have to have it together if we want the material aspect. Already then gained the universal aspect. That's the first chapter of the Moorish Holy Quran. That's your real inheritance. You already, if you can understand and comprehend the first chapter of the Moorish Holy Quran, you get it. You good. You really good in a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. But if you want your children, since they are not at that capacity and they are ancestors' return relying on you, and you wanted to lay down and make them, and you know what I'm saying, open that portal, let's put it like that, you got to take responsibility. We got to act like this is a national distress for our children. Don't do it for yourself then. Do it for the children then. Whatever motivates you. But you got guys like this online speaking just crap and 73,000 views. So you got to understand, they're watching us. They're interested. Why in the hell would you get 73,000 views on some bucket-headed, don't know it, idiots? Because they know what's up. And they got to go on these sites and comment little dumb stuff to make themselves feel validated for squatting on land that's not theirs. All right. So peace and love. Honors to all the active Moors. Honors to all the Moors who know what this thing is really about. Yeah. If finance is the motivation, then I don't know. We need finance to uplift the nation, yes. But we mean that in the sense that if you get finance, you know that it's not yours. You know it's for that. You know it's for the nation. You feel me? T-shirt shops and stuff, that's cool. But come on, man. 50,000 of those views. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Tons of comments on his little situation and spewing this, Moors. But we can't rebut it if we don't know it. We cannot use this paradigm if we don't know it. This is not a get out of jail free card. This is not get out of taxes card. This is not a get out of the job, the plantation card. This is not that at all. This is pure, old school, tried and true, spiritual war. The higher versus lower. This is what this is. All right. So, like I said, man, peace to all the Moors, honorable Moors. All we got to do is think. Like he said, all we got to do is think. I'm telling you, sit down somewhere and think, study, get these lessons, absorb it. I can't say it enough. I can stay on that point for hours. Right. This ain't no claiming a mansion. I got the sauce. I done beat a case and all this. I beat cases. I got proof. Everybody who knows me seen some of my cases and that I beat the cases and stuff like that. And I also not beat cases. You're colonized. We're colonized. All right. So if somebody's colonizing, you grow up together. You grow together into a thing, a nation, and make some moves. But the first moves start up here. All right. So peace. Love y'all. Keep studying. I'm gonna keep dropping stuff. RV Bay Publications. Do not listen to the slander. I told you the mother, she sends you free books. In the book called the Civics book, she even tells you, hey, we're colonized. So don't think that you're going to come on RV Bay, get a writ and send it off, and you don't know yourself. That's not how this works. Okay? Yeah, they don't want to talk about the cases they lost. Yes. You can lose cases. There is no way. There is no golden gun out here. The golden gun is nationality. The golden gun is unity. Golden gun is higher self. Okay? As far as that other stuff, whatever. So RV Bay Publications, Canaanland Moors, Grand Sheik Cujo, Taj Tariq's lessons, Nature Obey, Dr. Aleem, Asir, when you want to get the history, I want to get all that kind of stuff. But I'm telling you, Abdullah, but I'm telling you, this is about understanding you're colonized. We must never forget. So Go to their government, go to their town halls, and get whatever paperwork you think you're going to need that does not make you free. Okay? The dog can't ask his owner for the leash. You know? That's not how this works. You either free or you not. You feel me? Yeah, we scared, but shoot. Imagine what would you be? Are you more scared to jump into, and I'm not saying you, I know you know this, but are you more scared to jump into the fan or into the fire? Or would you be more afraid to throw your child into it? That's your choice. You didn't come down here to this mundane plane to have, the luxury and the life and you know what I mean? You came in here, you jumped into the fire. Embrace it. It's not play. This is real deal. Boots on necks. Child abduction. Rape. Murder. It's happening. It's just not happening to you, so therefore you disassociate. But as soon as it happened to you, right? Now everybody want to got a Moorish writ. Now everybody want to clock the Glock and all this kind of, pop some muffin tops all of a sudden, right? What is happening to our brother, to our sister, to our children? So comfortability and revolutionary, they don't. Oil and water. Please. And I will say this as a last note. If you're not in this to understand that you're being colonized, that it takes you to stand on your square, mentally, physically, spiritually, just proclaim your nationality and step back. And once we get this work done, you know what I'm saying? You might be able to clean up. We'll let you be on the cleanup crew. All right. Other than that, if you about this, then start sharpening your sword. You should have been sharpened. I'll put it like that. Should have been swinging it. All right. But if you're in this war, sharpen it. Swing it. Read the Quran of Mecca to tell you. When we go to war and this thing is all said and done, don't be talking about, well, I ain't come out swinging because my sword wasn't sharp or I couldn't find my sword. Nah. Fire. To the pit. To the pit with you. And that's holy law. That's how it goes. We got no cowards in this movement. We got no whatever. But most importantly, you don't have nothing to be scared of. This is school. This is school. Your reward won't really truly be reaped until you leave here. We got to stop looking for the reward in our waking. If you receive the rewards of this in a certain type of way while you're in this body down here, then consider yourself thrice blessed. It ain't about that. Now, I'm not saying that this isn't the heaven realm too, but we make it what our mental is. Okay? They will kidnap me by myself. We need to stand together. Yeah. Moors riding in convoys. All these kind of things, man. There's so many things we could do. All right. But, yeah, man, I ain't going to hold y'all. I got things to do and all that. You know what I'm saying? Keep pushing. But, man, honors to all the Moors. All y'all who are really out here just really understanding what this thing is about. Honors and highest honors, supreme honors to the Prophet. Allah and his holy Prophet, Noble Joe Ali. Start with his readings first. R.V. Bey, get the Moorish literature. There's, many books and writings of the Prophet. This is one of them, like I said. A Divine Warning by the Prophet for the Nations. All right. So Islamism. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, y'all. Islam, peace.